Einen wunderschönen Dienstagabend zusammen und willkommen und hallo. Die Runde ist schon voll am Ziegenbocken mit dem neuen Twitch Recap Emote. Ich habe auch irgendeins bekommen, aber ich habe es jetzt gerade eben nicht gefunden, weil ich habe ja eins bekommen, weil ich irgendwie Top-Twitcher oder sowas bin. Also keine Ahnung, was da was die Kriterien sind. So irgendwas hat mir der Recap auch gesagt, dass ich nochmal als Kartoffel bin, aber ich weiß nicht mehr genau, was da irgendwie der Hintergrund war. Egal. Hallo. Ähm, Die beste Nachricht diese Woche ist, ich habe meine neue, ich glaube, das hat hier jeder, das hier mit dem Ziegenbock, ich habe es glaube ich nicht. Vielleicht habe ich nicht genug bei anderen Leuten zugeschaut, man weiß es nicht. Mein Highlight diese Woche war eigentlich, dass ich endlich mir eine erweiterte oder eine zusätzliche SSD gegönnt habe mit 4 Terabyte und nachdem ich jetzt jahrelang der Standard war, dass ich immer nur so 3 Spiele gleichzeitig auf der Festplatte habe, weil wenn du halt sowas, wenn du halt so ein Dauerspiel hast wie Hitman oder Total Warhammer, was irgendwie 100 Gigabyte schluckt und das hast auf deiner lächerlichen, weiß nicht, 500 Gigabyte Festplatte, wo schon Windows drauf ist und so, dann hast du halt nicht viel Platz und du musst jedes Mal irgendwie dreimal überlegen, welches Spiel du deinstallierst, damit du Platz hast für was anderes. Das Problem habe ich jetzt nicht mehr. Ich habe jetzt so 4 Terabyte Zusatzfestplatte, die nur für Spiele ist. Und schaut mal, was Steam hier sagt, wie viele Spiele jetzt auf meiner Festplatte sind. Ihr seht richtig, es sind 105 plus eins, weil Hitman läuft nicht auf Steam, sondern auf Epic. Ähm, über 100 Spiele, die ich entweder regelmäßig spiele oder wo ich immer mal wieder reinschaue oder wo ich nochmal ran will oder wo ich überhaupt mal ran will. All diese Spiele sind jetzt immer dauerhaft auf meinem PC, darunter der Flight Simulator, was schon mal eine Tagesaufgabe für sich ist, den ganzen Scheiß runterzuladen. Also richtig cool, ich kann jetzt in all diese Spiele jederzeit reindroppen und freue mich total, dass ich nicht ständig diese Entscheidung habe, was muss ich jetzt deinstallieren, damit ich, keine Ahnung, mal wieder eine Runde Crusader King spielen kann. Super geil, kann ich sehr empfehlen. Liebe Grüße an meine Mama, die hat mir das nämlich zu Weihnachten quasi geschenkt. So, aber heute spielen wir nicht irgendwas, heute spielen wir was Neues. SSD. Ja, also SSD hatte ich schon vorher. Also meine normale Festplatte ist schon seit 8 Jahren eine SSD, weil also mich kriegst du nicht mehr zu einem HDD zurück. Aber und ich kann es sehr empfehlen. Also Gigantic SSD, ja. Also ich glaube, der Sprung von HDD auf SSD war einer der größten Sprünge in PC-Performance seit die ersten 3D-Karten eingeführt worden sind. Also das war echt so völlig krass, wie schnell dann die Spiele seitdem laden und so. Und wie leise. Das ist schon echt nice. Und ja, und genau, hier, geil, passt alles drauf. Will ich mal eine Runde Tekken spielen, was 80 Gigabyte sind? Kein Problem, habe ich installiert. Will ich mal eine Runde, keine Ahnung, komm schon. Also jedenfalls auch natürlich auch für die kleinen Spiele, ne? Also mindestens 2 Drittel von denen sind natürlich sehr, sehr kleine Spiele, irgendwelche Indie-Games oder so. Hallo Obi, grüß dich. Ich schwärme gerade von meiner neuen SSD, du weißt es ja schon. Ähm, Aber halt hier, wenn ich sage, ich möchte da wieder, keine Ahnung, Gothic 2 spielen, das ist ja auch nicht so groß. Oder Fuser, das ist tatsächlich gar nicht so klein. Und das habe ich immer mal wieder so für 20 Minuten gerne angeschmissen, einfach um ein bisschen glücklich im Kopf zu nicken, während ich Musik mache, in Anführungszeichen. Das ist halt schon nice. Ich habe eine kleine SSD für Windows, alles andere auf einer normalen. Ja, das geht natürlich auch, aber ich kann empfehlen, alles auf einer SSD zu haben. Ich glaube, da gibt es keinen Nachteil, oder? Erstmal die Collection zeigen. Ja, ich bin ganz happy. Ich habe jetzt wirklich 3 Tage und nichts anderes gemacht als Scheiß runterladen, aber es ist vollbracht und ich habe jetzt über 100 Spiele auf der Festplatte und das ist einfach schön. Ich freue mich ein bisschen. Ja. Gut, aber heute spielen wir nur eins davon. Kostet Geld, das ist gerade mein Problem. Ja, das ist immer das Problem für alle. Aber ich verstehe, was du meinst. Wir spielen heute This Bad We Made. Da habe ich, glaube ich, bei Legüm im Stream oder auf dem Discord von gehört oder gelesen und habe gesagt, ja, wieso habe ich davon nichts gehört? Das klingt ja geil. Das machen wir jetzt. In This Bad We Made spielen wir eine Reinigungskraft in einem Hotel in den 50er Jahren, die die Zimmer von Gästen reinigt und dabei, weil wir ein bisschen nosy möglicherweise sind, Dingen auf die Spur kommt. Ähm, Es gibt eine Inhaltswarnung für dieses Spiel, die ist recht umfangreich, könnt ihr mit Ausrufezeichen CN aufrufen, enthält allerdings Spoiler potenziell, wer da irgendwie nochmal schauen will. Und ansonsten würde ich sagen, gehen wir jetzt einfach mal rein. Ne? Dieses Bett wir gemacht. Wie geht's euch denn? Ich hoffe, ihr seid gut in die Runde gekommen in die Woche. Habe auch noch 1 Terabyte alte Festplatte, das reicht mir auch noch im PC. Ja, also es geht, klar geht das auch, aber jetzt habe ich halt diesen extremen Luxus. Xbox eine andere Geschichte. Was hat man denn auf der Xbox so? Was ist denn da so? Was ist denn da so der Kurs, sag ich mal? Ist die Musik zu laut, zu leise? Hört ihr das? Hallo Lucky, dann geht er wieder raus. Okay, kein Widerspruch, also ist die Musik genau richtig. Hervorragend. Options, da war ich schon gewesen, müsste eigentlich alles so stimmen. Never Game. Let's go. This game takes account of all of your actions, including the ones you decide not to take. These choices will determine your fate and the fates of others around you. Clementine will remember that. Proceed with caution. Oh oh. Service de Police, Post 2022 Montreal.
Come on now, miss. Let's keep moving.
Okay, ich kann momentan die Dings nicht groß drehen. Okay, wir schweben so ein bisschen. Ich habe gerade die Gesichtsanimationen loben wollen, aber die Körperanimationen sind ja so, naja. Aber es ist halt ein Low-Budget-Indie-Game, da ist es halt so. Series X hat 1 TB SSD, aber für einen erweiterten Speicher muss man leider recht kostspielige SSD-Expansion-Parts kaufen. 2 TB ist da schon angenehmer, plus eine günstige 1 TB Festplatte für ältere Titel. Ah, okay.
Does this man look familiar to you? I'm not sure. Look closely.
We're almost there.
Ja, ja, lass mich gerade mal ein bisschen lauschen. Kannst du den Ton lauter machen? Jawohl, sehr gerne. Danke für den Hinweis. Spielton, ja. Ja, gehen wir mal ganz hoch und dann schauen wir mal, wie das so für euch funktioniert. Jetzt reden sie nicht mehr, okay. Ich nehme an, hier soll ich rein.
Here we are. Good luck. She's all yours, sir.
Sophie Roy, I'm Detective Maurice Tremblay. Let's see. 21 years old, working at the Clarendon for over a year. Husband?
I'm sorry?
Are you married?
No, not yet. I live with my mother. She's sick, so I have to take care of her.
No father.
No. It's always just been me and my mom.
All right, Miss Roy. I need you to tell me everything that happened, starting with this morning.
Oh, par la fontaine, les filles s'en vont et s'y promènent au bras des garçons. Tu les entraînes au cœur des buissons où elles étrennent l'amour en saison. Tu les enchaînes dans un tourbillon de vrai poème, car dans les frissons naissent toujours les plus belles chansons d'amour.
Welches Jahr haben wir? Ich glaube, wir sind in den 50ern. Es wurde noch nicht genau gesagt, aber ich meine 50er hätte ich irgendwo im Vorfeld gelesen.
Vacuuming's done. Now just a bit of tidying up and I can go on break.
Könnte ein bisschen runter mit der Mausempfindlichkeit. Ja, das ist besser. Wie inspekte ich denn? Ah, okay, mit der Maus drauf. Okay, Call. Wie soll ich den callen?
I'm guessing you've seen better days, but you're obviously still important to someone.
Okay, ich habe gerade Resident Evil 7 Flashbacks. Okay, ich mag so ein bisschen die Wiggle Physics. Ja, was haben wir hier? Okay, jetzt tun wir wieder ordentlich zurück. Only you can prevent forest fires. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Make bad. Oh, es gibt ein... Oh mein Gott, es gibt ein Bettmach-Minispiel, Freunde. Guckt euch das mal an. Okay.
A
Please
bed's not
pillow.
complete without its pillow.
Ja, wo ist es denn? Le Pillow, da ist es doch. Wenn es dann so einfach wäre. Ja. Ah, fantastisch hier. Mit der Handkante noch... was ist denn hier los? Ach, hier, das ist ja Power Wash Simulator quasi nochmal. Oh, ich glaube, besser wird's nicht, ne? Ja.
Good enough.
Instant Buy.
That's a lot of money to owe. Just what did you get yourself involved in?
Oh nein, du entfernst die Clues. Möglicherweise. Acknowledgement of Debt. Date of Acknowledgement 16. Januar 1958. Date of Initial Loan 2. Februar Januar 1957. Enter into Agreement between kann man nicht lesen. Initial Amount of $1,500 ain't overdue. Ach, Amount ist das. Amount. Amount overdue $3,500. On the date of the initial loan, the lender agreed to lend an amount of money to the sum of 100. Okay. Gut, also ist ein Kredit. Schon wieder gottlos viele Stunden mit Power Wash Simulator in diesem Jahr verbracht. Ja, ist ja auch ein schönes... Ich musste mal in den DLC ran. Ich habe die Hauptkampagne durch und dann hatte ich die Schnauze voll. Zumal nach der... die letzte Level ist ja der, wo man diese riesige Pyramide macht. Da ist man ja 4 Stunden mit beschäftigt. Und da hat es mir erstmal gereicht, aber ich könnte eigentlich schon wieder rein. Gestern habe ich hier Donny O'Sullivan das Spiel spielen sehen, habe ich schon wieder wahnsinnig gemacht, weil er die Space-Taste nicht gefunden hat. Und dann hilft so nichts, wenn du ihm das schreibst, oder liest das nicht. Aber da habe ich auch gedacht, könnte man eigentlich ja wieder machen. Schöne gottlos viele Stunden. Ja, also Power Wash Simulator ist super entspannend und befriedigend und ist ein super Second-Screen-Game, wenn man irgendwie noch, keine Ahnung, was guckt oder so. You know me, you know my family. You've had a seat... kurz geht's hier vorne? Nee. You've had a seat at our bar since the day we opened in 49. You're more than a friend to us, you're practically family. And while friends are polite to each other, family deserves more. Family deserves honesty. As such, I want to be as direct as possible in letting you know that you're down to your last chance. The $8,380 you owe us, plus 25% interest, is now 8 months overdue. My patience has worn thin. This isn't like one of your unpaid bar tabs. You came to us for help, and help always comes at a price. We've opened our pockets to you time and time again, and all you've done is taken advantage of our goodwill and generosity. We'll come over in person to make our collection tomorrow. I'll bring along the boys so we can all sit down and have a little chat. But just so you know, they aren't too good with words. Oh oh. Ich glaube, ich muss meine Nachbarn töten. Was? Warum? 8083 ist mir gedacht. Ja, auf jeden Fall. Die haben Kuschelesel zu verschenken rausgestellt. Meine Tochter hat sie mitgenommen. Die singen You Are My Sunshine und tanzen. Hehe. Tja, nun.
Only menswear. Are you in town for a business trip, maybe?
Na, Abend, Jorinde sagt das lieber nicht, wenn er als Dienstvertreterin des Bundeslandes hier ist. Naja, gut. Hallo, Eberkohl, wie geht's dir? Hast du deine Streaming-Software-Probleme behoben? Das war ja tragisch gestern. Okay, Staubsauger ist weg. Noch nett. Als würde ich meinen Nachbarn finden, wenn ich das nicht will. Dear Mr. and Mrs. Mapleson, regretful as we are to have to resort to these lines of communication, our client and your neighbor, the owner of 88 32nd Street, has been ultimately evasive of our many attempts to reach out and collect our due debts, especially the amount owed us to the sum of 1974. Irgendwer hat eine Menge Schulden bei einer Menge Leute, oder? He has given us little recourse but to contact him through those in close physical proximity to him in the hopes that they can deliver a message on our behalf. We have little desire to disturb you and other fine citizens of 32nd Street, but our business may bring us back to your neighborhood if it is not resolved quickly. The help of your kind community would be greatly appreciated for us and certainly for your neighbor. Kindly, Lucky Coin Financing. So, Müll ist auch leer, tipptopp. Die Schublade können wir nicht öffnen. Le Petit Regal. Achso, das ist die Speisekarte hier. Room Service. Was gibt's denn Gutes? Ja, Plaintext. Omelette mit Bacon, Sausage or Ham 1,65. Ja. Das waren noch Preise.
You brought your own mug?
Best
Well,
Dad.
I guess ours aren't quite as complimentary.
Oho. Please clean the room. Do not disturb. Da haben wir einen Safe, den kriegen wir natürlich nicht auf, ist ja klar. Schuhlevel, okay. Press and hold Maustaste to confirm exit, der machen wir nicht im Bad. Warum geht das nicht? Ich weiß nicht, warum das nicht geht. Okay, Klo mit einem Mausklick geputzt. Auch das wäre cool, wenn es im wirklichen Leben so einfach wäre. Ah, hier darf wieder gepowerwashed werden, oder? Nee. Das funktioniert irgendwie nicht. Doch, da schon. Guck mal. Ah, guck mal, da muss noch was dranbleiben. Okay, dann. Also wenn die Kacheln hier, das scheint irgendwie zum Inventar dazuzugehören.
And voila.
Ja.
Good as new.
Okay. Okay, ich denke, wir sind fertig soweit, oder? ...504. Sie scheint ihren Job richtig zu mögen, wenn sie jede geputzte Stelle laut kommentieren muss. Ja. Aha.
Have you heard about that nut house they want to build next door?
Yeah, it creeps me out. Imagine all the weirdos who'll start hanging around the hotel.
I can think of someone who'll feel right at home. Look at her, always glued to that gossip magazine.
Do you think she has any real friends? Or is it just Gracie, Joan, and Marilyn?
Well, when your own life is that dull, you need to get your excitement somewhere. Oh, did you see Rebecca come in this morning? She was wearing the same clothes.
Now, don't you think you're overreacting? This is exactly the kind of behavior Linda warned me about.
She's doing everything she can to break us apart.
Sophie speaking.
Hey, it's Beth. Do you think you could come up real quick?
Sure. I'll be right there.
You're right, you didn't.
No, you're right, I've been blind. I was so in love with you that I didn't see.
What?
Oder so spooky alleine zu putzen, da hört man sich gern. Kann natürlich sein. Press Q to hear Sophies thoughts.
Let's see what Beth wanted to talk about.
Okay, das ist ja auch eine coole Mechanik.
Tempting, but every penny adds up, Sophie.
Ich kam heute in die Kita. Unsere Hauswirtschaftskraft war da und alle anderen in der Turnhalle. Kommt sie direkt auf der Empore kichert jemand. Kannst du mal gucken, das ist gruselig. Ja, okay. Vor allen Dingen, wenn du nachts putzen musst, ne? Das ist halt,
Now's not the time to pick up. Oh, shock. Leaving luggage in the lobby? Are you trying to get Bernard to kill you?
ich musste mal, weil es einfach so viel war und ich fertig werden wollte vom Urlaub, habe ich mal bis Mitternacht im Büro gearbeitet. Und da merkt man erst, wie so ein ganz normaler Behördengang, den man jeden Tag sieht, nachts halt super creepy werden kann. Und ich hatte das Riesenglück, dass Handwerker da waren, die bei uns die Fenster ausgetauscht haben und die haben nachts gearbeitet. Das heißt, ich war nicht alleine da, weil ansonsten wäre das echt nervig gewesen. Nachts finde ich Kirchen auf der Empore auch doof. Heute waren es einfach Kinder, die keinen Bock auf Adventsstündchen hatten. Ich sag dir, Gewächshäuser nachts. Was machst du da auch?
I should talk to Beth at the front desk.
19 arrested in deviate raid. Montreal police arrested 90 persons in early Saturday raid at Manny's Lounge located in Stanley Street, downtown Montreal. The establishment, owned by Emmanuel La Liberté, is a known hangout for sex deviants. A Montreal City employee, a court official, and 2 teachers were among those seized, according to official reports. Lieutenant Sylvain Guilbeault says he plans to send letters to schools employing the arrested teachers. School principals, parents, and fellow teachers should prevent such people from being in close contact with youngsters, he said. It's everyone's responsibility to protect our children. What about the children? Da geht das Licht an und von außen kann nicht jede sehen, weil sicher niemand hören. Ja. Okay, major snowstorm paralyzed the city. Major snowstorm. Shop owners against new mental hospital. Another bloody Valentine. Oh. Valentine's Day concluded in horror last Friday with the murder of an Outremont resident. A worried neighbor called the authorities at 11:15 p.m. after hearing loud shouts from next door. When police arrived, they found the lifeless body of a 34-year-old man. Authorities have refused to identify the victim or provide any details about the circumstances of his death. No suspect has been apprehended yet, but Detective Lieutenant Maurice Tremblay asked anyone with information to come forward as soon as possible. Bin in der Nachtschicht ganz allein im Büro und dann kam ein Anruf von der Sicherheitsfirma, dass der Einbruchalarm ausgelöst hat. War zum Glück nur falscher Alarm. Oh wow, also regelmäßig solche Nachtschicht-Sachen machen, wäre nichts für mich, glaube ich. Does your personal hygiene worry you? Are those worries bothering your husband? Stop worrying and save your marriage with Liz Oil. Liz Oil is an indispensable aid to marriage hygiene. Millions of women use it regularly to safeguard their beauty and avoid undesirable surprises. It's penetrative and effective even in the presence of organic matter. Begin to use Liz Oil today so you can stop worrying about your hygiene and focus on more important things such as pleasing your hard-working husband. Liz Oil has been endorsed for more than 60 years by scientists, medical professionals, and many other men who have women's hygiene at heart. Oh wow, Liz Oil Corporation Product. Aber ja, der besagte Snowstorm.
Hey, Beth.
Hey there. So, who's sleeping?
Sleep what?
You were whispering just now on the phone, so I thought maybe Eugene or Bobby were napping in the break room again.
Oh, yeah, no. It's Jacques and Wendy. They were, in the middle of something.
Ugh, it's so awkward when they start making out like no one's watching. Get a room. We literally work in a hotel.
You said you needed me?
Oh, straight to business then.
Sorry, it's just a busy day.
I get it. It's been non-stop for me this morning too.
Ja, man sieht's.
Wanna guess why I summoned you here?
Something to clean. Das ist nämlich mein Job. Ich musste zum Glück nur selten nachts ins Gewächshaus, weil es für irgendeinen Versuch wichtig war, nachts Daten zu erheben.
I'm guessing there's something I have to clean?
Obviously. But what is it?
Did a kid throw up again?
God, no. Did that happen recently?
Yeah, last week. I can still smell it. Feel it, too. While I was cleaning, some of it got...
I'm gonna stop you right there. Keep talking and you'll be cleaning up after me, too.
Oh. Sorry.
Yeah, no, you'll be glad to know it's nothing gross this time. A nice gentleman decided it was time to redesign the lobby and helped us by knocking over that vase on his way out of the hotel.
That's it?
I would do it myself, but the last time I tried to leave the front desk, Bernard emerged from his lair to scold me about procedures and whatnot.
Well, we can't have the beauty of the Clarington Hotel take absence from her throne, can we?
Oh, the people would riot.
Bernard especially.
Bernard's hardly the people. Anyway, I have to get back to work. There's a mop in the supply closet next to Bernard's office, I think.
Thanks. I'll see you around.
Wo geht das eigentlich bei euch? Nö, geht noch. Okay, da haben wir halt. Muss gestehen, ich mag richtig diesen Wachsfiguren-Look. Steife Animationen passen auch dazu. Ja, also die Gesichter finde ich auch gut. Ich finde dafür, dass es offensichtlich ein Low-Budget-Spiel ist, sind die sehr, sehr ausdrucksstark. Also das habe ich schon, siehe Starfield, das sieht aber bei teureren Spielen schlechter. Ich bin kein Freund von der G-Animation. Aber jetzt geht's eigentlich. Vielleicht ist es eine Frage der Gewöhnung, ich weiß es nicht. Aber so die Gesichter finde ich gut.
Linda, Wendy's great at her job. Guests absolutely love her and...
Not just guests, apparently.
Oh, God damn it, Linda! I only like her because guests like her. Making sure guests are happy is my job, after all.
You don't seem to care whether I'm happy.
Listen, if Wendy wasn't doing her job, that'd be another story, but I can't just fire her without good reason.
What if she stirred up trouble among the staff? Would that be a good reason?
Curiosity killed the cat.
Oh, Andrew, hi. I'm sorry, I was just...
Spying on our manager?
No, I heard something, and I...
Hey. It's okay, I'm just pulling your leg. I'm sorry I scared you.
I'm not used to having people around me while I work.
Yeah, you're always working alone up there, aren't you? I actually think it's the first time I've seen you down in the lobby. Don't tell me you've been sent to clean up after the Valentine's Day ball.
Hast du eine Gedankenblase oder das ist ein Ausrufezeichen? Das habe ich nicht gesehen, aber dann kann ich wahrscheinlich an der Stelle Q drücken, um ihre Gedanken zu kriegen. Oh, look, it's Jedi Survivor with Glasses. Ja, aber ich finde, er sieht gibt mir so ein bisschen Incel Serial Killer Vibes, also ist mein erster Verdächtiger, egal worum es geht. Were you there during the ball?
Were you here Friday night to see the whole thing?
Yeah. They had someone in charge of the event, but she ended up crying alone in the stairwell, so I had to take over.
What happened? Did it really go so wrong?
It certainly didn't go wrong for the people enjoying the party, but for those sober around them, that's another story.
Good God. I'm glad I didn't have to be there. I don't know how you do it.
And I don't know how you handle cleaning up after other people all day. You must see plenty of weird stuff, right?
Yeah.
What's the weirdest thing you found in a guest's room?
Something gross.
It's a bit gross.
Oh. I hope it's got nothing to do with bodily functions.
God, I hope so too. A few weeks ago, I walked into a room and found the trash can filled with cucumbers. Like, whole cucumbers. And some of them were carved, and I threw the whole trash can out that day. Don't tell Bernard.
I won't. Oh. I better go help Beth. It's hell here with the snowstorm.
It's okay. I need to,
Yeah, alright. Take care.
You too.
As if it wasn't enough having to deal with endless letters of advice from Raymond.
Raymond? What have you wrong?
He wants you to be lower.
Ah ja, ich sehe es, okay. Sowohl E als auch Q.
Okay, let's get that mop from the supply closet.
Characters. Ah, okay, sieht man colleagues Beth, Bernard, the Clarendon's manager, the big boss.
I hope you're not considering listening to him.
Of course.
Linda has the Clarendon's governors, Bernard's second in command. Außerdem läuft da offenbar was.
With the renovation costs so
Wendy is a waitress at the Holzfels restaurant, die kennen wir noch nicht. Jacques is one of the Clarendon's bellboys. Mit Andrew haben wir gerade geredet, Concierge und Receptionist. Family. Mom. Dad.
last thing I want.
Left when I was 2 years old, haven't heard from me since. Mom doesn't say much, so I stopped asking. Oh well.
I'm sure the sales operations have gone up since the partnership.
Bobby made it very clear he doesn't like anyone walking into his kitchen uninvited.
Was gibt's Neues, Bobby? Bobby's the head chef in the Clarendon's kitchen. Wo ist der Mob? Da ist der Mob. Use the mop to clean the puddle in the lobby. Na gut. Kommen wir hier durch?
Stairs, exercise. Elevator, convenience. Yeah, elevator wins this time. Okay, Sophie. Time to clean up that mess.
Word with our kitchen staff to make sure it doesn't happen again.
Ew. I better throw that away.
Yeah. Achso, okay, so.
A film roll? The guest must have dropped it when he knocked over the vase. Probably should return it to him.
Mhm. Ach, super, guck mal hier mit einmal drüber. Ich habe gerade ein Video gesehen, wie ein Igel Babys kriegt, der New Facebook. Oh.
Now I just put the leaves back in the vase, and it'll be like nothing ever happened.
Nice.
Maybe Beth remembers who knocked over the vase. He'll want his film roll back.
Gut, dieses Hotel sieht doch ein bisschen aus wie das Overlook in Shining, oder? Und guck dir mal diesen roten Ballon da oben an. Das direkt auch noch eine Stephen King-Referenz ist. Eieiei. Aber ich meine, also bei den Inhaltswarnungen war zumindest kein Horrorkram dabei. Kommt drauf an, manche Tiergeburten sind wohl weniger niedlich. Weiß gar nicht, wie der Igel so aussieht.
I understand, Mr. Ramsey. I wish I could make the snowstorm disappear. I
Gefängnis war jetzt
really
davon.
do,
Achso,
but
davon.
sadly that's not within my power.
Beth, who knocked over that vase?
Mr. Spade.
Mr. Spade?
Well, I can check with the airport and let you know when flights resume. Until then... Yes, I know. You've said that already. But... No, that's very...
So, which room are you staying in, Mr. Spade?
Enter Clue
Well,
Selection.
you're welcome to speak to my manager.
Also der Igel hat die Hals halt rausgedrückt, dann erstmal das Gesicht abgeleckt und dann den Rest rausgeschossen. Babyigel sind erstmal nicht sehr schön. Naja, aber das klingt trotzdem irgendwie. Wen suchen wir? Spade. Spade.
Well, for that you have to talk to my manager's manager. Would you like to contact him?
Ah.
Sadly, he doesn't have a phone. He's a bit of an
Spade.
old-fashioned fellow.
Room 505. Great. That's on my floor. I can return that film roll without going out of my way.
504 war Wellington, da waren wir gewesen.
Alright? Then you clasp your hands together and
Immerhin
think
ohne richtige
really
Stachel, ja, zum
hard
Glück.
about just how much
I should go to the 5th floor to return Mr. Spade's film roll.
his name too. It's God, G-O-D. I'm sure he'll be very sympathetic
Guck mal,
to
Eleanor
your
Flashbacks.
plight.
Ah, Eleanor, das war auch ein gutes Spiel. Eleanor ist ja, und das ist einer meiner vielen Hot Takes, die ich zu bieten habe, das einzig spannende Spiel, was Rockstar jemals gemacht haben. Und natürlich genau das, wofür es keine Fortsetzung gibt.
Hold it, please.
Andrew, are you okay?
Yeah, it's just... I slipped on the puddle by the restrooms.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Ach, die hätte
I
ich.
probably
Habe
should
ich ein
have
Achievement
cleaned that.
bekommen.
Oh, no,
Muss
it's
ich ja
my
von
fault.
Rockstar selbst, erklärt's
I should have
vielleicht.
asked Eugene to repair the leak.
Which floor?
Oh, 6th. Thanks.
Mich erinnert es auch ein bisschen an hier Conway, The Disappearance at
What's the
Dahlia
big
View,
rush?
was ich vor ein paar Monaten hier gestreamt habe, was ja auch ein Low-Budget-Krimi-Abenteuer war, wo wir diesen alten Mann im Rollstuhl gespielt haben. Daran erinnere mich das bis jetzt so ein bisschen, das fand ich ja sehr gut. Aber das Spiel wurde mit jedem Chapter übler von der Handlung, my take. Ich muss gestehen, ich habe zweimal versucht, es durchzuspielen und ich bin beide Mal im letzten Kapitel, wo man, ich glaube, Brandstiftungen macht, gescheitert. Also da habe ich einfach keine Lust mehr gehabt irgendwie. Insofern, aber bis dahin hatte ich eigentlich immer eine gute Zeit. Aber das vierte Kapitel fand ich irgendwie so ein bisschen öd. Aber ist ja nicht schlimm. Ich habe auch mal nachgelesen, wie es ausging, glaube ich. Aber ich finde, das hatte Potenzial. Ich mochte es auch, also da mochte ich es auch mit diesen alten Autos durch das Los Angeles der 40er zu fahren. Das fand ich irgendwie interessanter als jetzt irgendwie GTA oder auch Red Dead Redemption.
I need to bring this to our VIP guest. The one who rented the entire floor.
Oh, is it that British man I keep hearing about?
Why does he need snow?
Why does he need a bucket full of snow?
No idea. I don't even ask anymore. It's just the latest in a long series of strange requests.
What do you reckon he'll do with it?
Take a bath, maybe? Sometimes I wonder if he's just pulling an elaborate prank on me.
Can't you tell me who he is?
I've never actually met him. I always talk to his assistant. Only Bernard knows his identity. I do have a suspicion, though.
Oh?
But I'm not sure I should say it.
Can't you at least give me a hint?
Okay, let me think. Whew. Saved by the bell.
Hey, come on. Don't leave me hanging.
Let's just say I like to prolong the suspense.
Wait. Is that the hint?
Who knows?
Fair enough. Have fun up there.
You too.
I should return Mr. Spade's film roll. Mr. Spade? Mr. Spade?
Das wird nicht helfen. Sind wir das auf diesen Bildern? Das ist ja sehr spannend und deswegen werde ich jetzt mal kurz unterbrechen. Bin gleich wieder da. So, ich hoffe, ihr habt den Cliffhanger gut überstanden. Resümieren wir mal. Gucken wir uns das mal an.
What is this?
Warum? Das ist ein Kinderwagen? Sollte ich jetzt hier putzen?
Clarington Hotel reception desk, Beth speaking. What can I do for you on this very fine day?
Choose who between Beth or Andrew you want as your acolyte. Wer ist mein Acolyte? Okay, das scheint eine wichtige Entscheidung zu sein. Da möchte ich euch gerne mit einbeziehen. Was meint ihr denn? Beth ist an der Rezeption. Die macht einen recht patenten Eindruck auf mich. Hat allerdings offensichtlich vom Chef gesagt bekommen, sie darf da nicht weg. Andrew ist ein bisschen mobiler, wirkt auf mich ehrlich gesagt, naja, nicht trottelig. Ich glaube schon gut in dem, was er tut. Ich finde Beth ein bisschen patenter, aber Andrew ist beweglicher im Hotel. Das sind so die Überlegungen, die man jetzt anstellt. Was auch immer Acolyte bedeutet. Habt ihr eine Meinung dazu, wer uns unterstützen sollte? Beth könnte als Frau die Sache etwas ernster nehmen. Guter Punkt. Gerade in den 50ern. Sad as it is, ja. Fünf, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alles klar. Beth it is.
Beth, I need your help.
Sophie? What's going on?
I think Mr. Spade's stalking me while I work.
Really? I knew it!
You did?
I mean, I knew there was something fishy about him. He just has creep written all over his face, you know? How did you find out?
I found a dark room.
He took pictures of me. I found them hanging over the bathtub. He set up a kind of dark room.
Pictures of you? Doing what?
I can't believe I'm about to say this, but sometimes when I clean the rooms, I get a little curious and, you know, snoop through our guest stuff.
Sneaky. And Mr. Spade caught you in the act, I suppose?
Yes.
I think we should call the police.
No, that's a terrible idea.
But-
Sophie, that man has pictures of you running your hands through people's stuff.
But I didn't steal anything. I was just snooping, I swear.
I know, but say a client reports something missing. Those pictures would put a big red target on your back.
So I do nothing?
So I just leave? Do nothing?
Do nothing? No. But it'd be smarter to wait until you have the whole story. Or at least more than you have now. Before making a move. I've been in dark rooms before. Setting one up in a space that isn't made for that takes time and effort.
Wait, you're a photographer?
No. I was there to look at pictures a photographer took of me. Look, all I mean to say is there's no way he set all of this up just for a couple of pictures. There has to be more.
I guess I could keep looking.
I guess I barely looked through his belongings.
And he's got pictures of you checking other people's stuff. Why stop now?
Beth?
Oh, loosen up a little. No one's dead.
Any idea where I should start then?
Well, now that I think about it, I'm pretty sure I remember Mr. Spade asking for the combination to his room's safe. I bet you anything there'll be more pictures in there.
Maybe, but I don't have the code.
Give me a minute. Merde. Those idiots.
What?
I can't find the combination list. The Night staff's probably lost it again. Anyway, we always ask that clients write down their code somewhere so they don't have to call reception a dozen times. Maybe you can have a look around the room, and I call you if Mr. Creep comes back. You know, so you can get out of there in time.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Oh, it's nothing.
Oh, and Beth?
Mhm.
Please keep this between us.
Of course.
Da kann ja auf keinen Fall was schief gehen. Ich finde auch total super, dass wir als Hotel den Leuten sagen, die sollen ihre Safe-Kombination auf den Zettel schreiben. Warum nicht gleich dann WLAN, nicht dann E-Mail-Passwort?
Okay. If reception gave him a code, maybe he wrote it down. Somewhere.
Okay. Oh, was haben wir hier?
The oratory. I just went there for the first time and God, it's been years, hasn't it?
St. Joseph's Oratory of Montreal. Bankpin, ja genau. Canada's largest church. World capital of worship to St. Joseph. Und the world capital of... So genau dasselbe, alles klar. Fine. Special occasion, wedding, funeral. The lake. Beaver Lake Skate Rental.
I took Mom skating there just a few weeks ago.
Mhm. Was sind das? Ach, guck mal hier. Das, was da handschriftlich drauf ergänzt ist, könnte das die? Zwei... Das ist eine Musiknote, oder? Zumindest da rechts ist es eine. Schrill. Any clues you can pick up or throw away can be found in Sophie's journal. Open with E. Geht offenbar gerade noch nicht. Why Harry's? Lots of burger places closer to the hotel.
Harry's Diner, too. Were we ever there at the same time?
2 Coke, 2 Burger, einmal extra Fries. Hi, C4.
This was the sale where I found that winter jacket that Mom loves. Were you there too? Morgan. Is that your real name? Why did you check in under Mr. Spade?
Edith Franklin, Burlington, Ann, Paul Morgan, Clarksburg. WV ist was für ein Bundesstaat? West Virginia wahrscheinlich. Oh, Teddybär, okay. Dear Mr. Morgan, you have to stop writing to this address. Lindsay died 2 years ago. I do not know what happened between the two of you, but please let us grieve in peace. Thank you, Lindsay's mother. Ooh. Okay, da sind weitere Briefe, die zurückgeschickt worden sind.
Is this a floor of the Clarington? One man's trash is another maid's trash. What do we have here?
Wir nehmen wir mal an uns.
I'd
Do not
forget my
forget
own
to
head
take your
if I didn't write
pills.
everything down. I guess we have that in common. You spent 10 years in a psychiatric hospital. And it looks like you left with a long list of diagnoses and prescriptions.
Tatsache, 10 Jahre. Edward Hurst war der Arzt. Anxiety Neurosis, Character Disorder, Chronic Insomnia, Short-Term Memory Loss. Patient non-responsive to shock treatment. Wie heißt das? Meprobamate, 400 Milligramm täglich. Power 42. Können wir wieder zuschließen? Nee, Schlüssel können wir auch nicht wieder ablegen, ne? Doch, mal hier. Das machen wir nämlich.
Request to move to 507. Why did you want to change rooms?
Erstens Lindsay's Address, zweitens Infantry Division, drittens Year of Hospital Discharge. Ah, okay, gut. Okay, jetzt wissen wir zumindest, wie wir den Safe aufkriegen. Year of Hospital Discharge, das müsste 57 gewesen sein, aber müssen wir gleich nochmal schauen. Also Lindsays Adresse ist... Oh nein, Telefon klingelt.
Is he here?
What? No.
Beth, you said you'd call if Mr. Spade was coming back to his room.
Oh, yeah, I did say that. Sorry for the fright.
Oh my god, Beth. I nearly had a heart attack when I heard the phone ring.
I didn't mean for it. I was just so caught up in the thrill of it all. I had to check in. Did you find more pictures of you?
No, but I did find a map.
No, I haven't. But I did find something else.
Yeah?
He's got a kind of yarn map of Montreal on the wall.
A yarn map? And where does it lead to?
Lots of places. Most of them I've visited recently.
Merde. What's the deal with this guy?
Okay, wir machen mal...
I'll know more once I open the safe.
Das Gespräch mal nicht in die Länge ziehen, falls es tatsächlich das Zeitlimit ist.
Sort of.
I'm impressed. Well done, Arsène Lupin.
What?
Never mind. Don't let me keep you.
Okay, I'll call you back.
Yeah, you better. I won't call again unless Mr. Spade returns. For real this time.
All right. Thanks.
Also, dann machen wir Folgendes. Wir holen uns nochmal diesen Schlüssel.
I don't think I'll need this again.
Achso, der Koffer ist schon offen. Okay, alles klar. Also. Entlassen Sie mir 1957. Ah, hier, das sieht gut aus. 99. Infanteriedivision. Und Lindsays Adresse. Stalker. Ja, das ist der stalkt uns. Und zwar nicht zu knapp. Nee, nicht Edith, warte. Lindsays Adresse. Doch, 34 ist richtig. Also, 34... 99, 57. Richtig? Richtig. Na. Und? Ist das nicht? Ah, doch, hier, oder? Ja. Bisschen unscharf. So, hier haben wir noch mehr Filmrollen. Die Knarre, die fassen wir mal nicht an.
M and H. M and H.
14.02.58. Das war vor ein paar Tagen. Das war Valentine's Day am Donnerstag und jetzt ein paar Tage später. Arrived at the hotel, room not ready, had to wait in the lobby. Ah, für Tagebuch. Sehr, sehr, sehr schön. Achievement Name not safe for work. Habe ich gar nicht gesehen, hervorragend. 2:45. M and H come in, both nicely dressed. M was holding a flower bouquet. Heard them talking to the receptionist, saying how nice the oratory was. Picked up some flyers to find out what oratory they were talking about. Room finally ready, no sign of M or H. Decided to unpack and install my setup in the bathroom. Still no sign of M and H, have probably gone out again. Finished developing this afternoon's pictures. Unable to sleep, heard weird noises from the corridor. No idea who or what it was. Okay, jetzt geht weiter.
Going through their trash? You really want to find out what M and H are up to, don't you?
Nächster Tag. M and H arrived at the hotel's restaurant and ate a quick breakfast. M and H left the hotel and got into a taxi. Tried to follow but had no money for a cab. Found a pawn shop to get some money but no idea where M and H went. Back in my room but have to kill time until M and H return. Spotted M and H entering the hotel with Weston shopping bags. Found M and H eating at the hotel's restaurant. H left for the bathroom. M exchanged a few words with a woman and her child. M and H left the restaurant, probably turning in for the night. While leaving, H emptied pockets in the trash. Searched the trash, found a receipt from a place called Harry's Diner with drawings and weird symbols on it. Took a coffee at Harry's Diner, showed a picture of M and H to waitress. Waitress remembered them, said M used to be a regular about 10 years ago. Ach, das ist M ist dann der in der Klapse war. Entschuldigung, im Dings. Damals für die Art von Behandlung, die gemacht haben, war es vielleicht doch richtig. Back in my room, tried mapping M and H's movements since their arrival in Montreal. Unable to sleep again, heard someone exiting room 507, but did not hear the elevator. Nächster Tag.
Following them. And who's sneaking out at night? So many questions.
M and H arrived at the hotel's restaurant for breakfast. M and H left the hotel and got into a taxi. Followed them to a place called Mount Royal. M and H went skating on a small frozen lake, fell on the ice while trying to take a picture. H might have seen me. M and H ate at the lounge and left a ticket on the table. Ticket has weird symbols on it, just like Harry's Diner receipt. Ah, das waren diese Noten, der ganze Kram. M and H decided to leave because of the snowstorm. M and H arrived at the hotel shortly after me. H looked angry. Something happened during the taxi ride, but what? No sign of M and H since early afternoon. Tonight we'll try to find out who's sneaking out at night. Okay.
M and H. Maybe Beth could find them in the logbook.
Villeneuve's achso, Englisch-Französisch, okay. Shaving Cream. Larry's Pawn Shop. Ah genau, da war er ja gewesen. Victory Medal Bronze. Ah, okay, hat seine Kriegsmedaille verkloppt. Was für ein räudiges Wetter da draußen. Also in echt tatsächlich. Nicht hier der Schneesturm, sondern in echt. Mülleimer können wir mal gucken hier. Ah ne, ist ja gecleant. Naja gut, egal. Scheint Zigaretten zu sein. Ja. Okay. Ganz ehrlich, wir können eigentlich rausgehen, oder? Do not forget to buy more film. Er scheint echt so dieses Memento-Ding zu haben. Das würde tatsächlich erklären, warum er Tagebuch führt. Boah. Da waren wir schon, da war die Bibel. Genau. Okay, weißt du was, wir gehen mal raus. Ich bin der Meinung, wir haben genug gesehen. Gehen noch mal kurz ins Bad, aber eigentlich... Den machen wir Lurk. Alles klar, danke für den Lurk.
I should call reception. M and H could be
Achso.
in danger.
Könnte ich einfach hingehen. Na gut, dann machen wir es halt so.
Clarington Hotel reception desk, Beth speaking.
It's me.
Oh, hold on. Andrew. Andrew. Cover for me, will you? What's going on? Hey, Tintin. Just... Sorry about that. So, found anything on Mr. Spade?
Well, Mr. Spade isn't even his real name.
What? What is it then?
Paul Morgan.
Ooh, I can see why he changed it. So, did you open the safe? What was in it?
Actually, I need your help again.
Yes?
I found out Mr. Morgan isn't only stalking me, but 2 other people as well.
Oh, who are they?
They're guests. I don't know their names, though. I was hoping you could find them in the logbook.
Well, Snoopy, although it may seem like it, I'm not actually clairvoyant, so I'll need something to narrow the search. Do you know anything about them?
They're referred to as H and M.
Mr. Morgan refers to them as H and M.
Well, that could mean a lot of things. It could be their initials, or, I don't know, husband and mistress.
Oh, I hadn't thought of that.
Yeah, I'll need a little more to go on.
I found out that Mr. Morgan made a request to be transferred to room 507, but it was denied because...
That's Mrs. Beaumont's room.
Exactly.
Why change rooms when his entire setup is in 505?
I'm not sure. I just thought it might be related.
Maybe, but... would you look at that? There's a couple staying in room 509, Hector and Marcella Cruz.
Hector and Marcella.
Well.
H and M.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
What do we know about the cruises?
Do you know anything about the cruises?
Well, I saw them come in and out of the hotel a few times. Called a taxi for them once. The missus does the smiling and the other frowns a lot. Nothing to write home about. Do you have room 509 on your to-do list by any chance?
I do, actually.
Then maybe you go clean it and have a little look-see?
Yeah, nothing unusual here. Just a maid cleaning a room.
That's my girl.
I'll call you if I find anything.
Just be careful, okay?
I will. I promise. I must have forgotten my keys in the break room again. I'll need my keys to enter room 509. I should probably check the break room.
Gehen wir halt mal in den Break Room, wo immer der ist. Nee. Und jetzt runter oder ist er da hinten raus? Haben wir das Spiel gerade in die Irre geführt?
I think I have all the supplies I need.
Okay, vielleicht ist er einfach nicht auf der Etage der Break Room. Stimmt, den haben wir schon gesehen. Der sah eher nach Keller aus.
Shoot, it's locked. I guess I'll have to get Linda's master key instead. Linda usually leaves a master key in the women's locker room.
Women's locker room.
Did I remember to punch in this morning?
Ah ja. Hypocrite bitch. Oh.
Hypocrite bitch? What did Linda do? And to whom?
Linda, my wife will be at her parents tonight, so come by my house at 8 p.m. And make sure you bring the lingerie I brought you, B. Oh wow, das ist mal wenig subtil, dass ihr miteinander was habt. Aber dann scheidest du wahrscheinlich aus als die Person, die das hier... Ich lasse es doch dran. Das geht mich überhaupt nichts an. So.
That'll do. I'll just have to make sure I don't forget to return it.
Das geht mich überhaupt nichts an. Das sind Dinge, von denen
I
ich
should be
gar
able to open
nichts
509 now.
wissen will.
Back to the 5th floor.
Lass mich doch in Ruhe.
Hey, you.
Oh, hey, Beth. On break already?
Sadly, no. I have an express delivery to make to the 6th floor.
Isn't that Jacques or Andrew's job?
Well, they're both busy, so... What about you? I thought you'd be in 509.
I'm heading up now. I just had to grab Linda's master key before I could continue our investigation.
Oh, I see. Well, this has been quite the day so far, hasn't it? I can't remember the last time work was this interesting.
Yeah, that's definitely one way to put it. That's not all, though.
Someone's crying in the bathroom? Davon weiß ich aber nix.
While I was looking for my keys, I found some graffiti on Linda's door.
What kind of graffiti are we talking about?
The words hypocrite bitch in red lipstick. I wonder who could have written it.
If I had to bet, I'd put my money on Wendy. Linda's been treating her like her personal punching bag as of late.
I don't want to get involved.
Whatever happened, I'd rather not get involved. It's easy to point fingers, but we don't have the full picture. They're clearly going through a lot right now, both of them.
You know, I don't know how you do it, Sophie. Maybe it's because my empathy only goes so far, but I admire that you're able to feel for just about anyone.
The Herzchen-Icon indicates flirting options. Wir können mit Beth flirten, okay. Weiß nicht. Sehe ich noch nicht so richtig. Thanks.
Oh, thank you.
Anytime. Well, this was a lovely chat, but I better see if Eugene is around maintenance. Hopefully he can help me find this thing for our esteemed guest.
Yeah, we've both got a lot on our plates today.
I can't wait to find out more about our friends H&M. Take care.
You too.
Leave Basement. Warum sollte ich hier bitte longer stayen? Ich gehe einfach.
Looks like someone had quite the shopping spree. More work for poor Rebecca. Hang in there, Reb.
Okay, same day laundry service. Tuxedo, pair of pants, shirts und tie. Ein nasser Kater, hallo.
No combination, no entry. I'll hold off on throwing this out just yet. The food's practically untouched. My first step should be to tidy up a bit. Searching a clean room is easier than searching a messy one. What were you apologizing for? And were you forgiven?
I'm sorry, please forgive me, okay. Gut, wir können wirklich erst mal ein bisschen aufräumen. Sind das Flecken? Oh, Sekunde. Ich mag, dass es nebenbei noch halt so ein Roommate-Simulator ist. Okay, da kann man nichts mit machen.
Someone's been sleeping here. I should leave it as it is.
Okay, aber wo ist eigentlich das Bett? Ah, ist eine Suite oder was?
Mrs. Cruz got her personal information stolen. Is Mr. Morgan behind it?
Fernie and Wise Man. Das ist jetzt 57, das war letztes Jahr. Dear Mrs. Cruz, we wish to apologize on behalf of our company for the privacy breach that occurred on the 25th of September and thank you for calling it to our attention. We're currently investigating the breach and trying to understand how this individual was able to obtain your personal information. Rest assured that we will put measures in place to make sure the situation does not repeat itself. Your privacy is and always will be one of our top priorities. Sincerely, Harold Fernie and John Wiseman. Ist eine 8 unten dran? Keine Ahnung, ist das so? Ist das schon wieder so ein Kombinationsgedöns, oder? Können wir erstmal das Bett machen? Ah, ein Träumchen. Kann man eigentlich die... Nee, kann man nicht. Nice. No, Lockelino. That's good.
Looks like someone tore that note apart, but I'm missing some pieces. I can't make out what's written.
Pills provide birth control. Development of a contraceptive pill believed to be the ultimate form of birth control was reported yesterday to a group of journalists. N+. Hallo, hallo, wie läuft es? Ist er wieder raus? Kann mir das Taschentuch rein? Er hockt hier noch, steht hier jetzt bei mir im Arbeitszimmer und putzt sich gerade. Es läuft ganz gut. Es passieren mysteriöse Sachen in diesem Hotel. The pill was tested among 218 women. Despite reports of some undesirable effects, Dr. Tannenbaum, direkt aus Bioshock, said the pill shows greater promise for the future. Enter selection mode, was ist das denn?
These symbols, they look oddly familiar. These scribbles don't look random, but I can't figure out what they mean. These scribbles don't look random, but I can't figure out what they mean. This looks right up Andrew's alley. I wonder if he's read this one.
Leaves oil brand disinfected. Cleans, deodorizes, disinfects. Muss ich mal wieder reinkommen? Er ist wieder drin. Mr. Hector Cruz, Insurance Agent, All-American Fire and Life Insurance Company. Protect the Dream. Da haben wir die Zeitung, die kennen wir schon. Das ist unsere Speisekarte. Mehr Müll. Noch eine Bibel.
Wow, you look like a couple out of a magazine.
14. Februar 1948. 10 Jahre her genau, aber fast genau.
These pearls, They look absolutely gorgeous on you. Though, I bet you could make anything look good. This person looking for you back in Texas, was he really just a co-worker?
Dear son, I can't believe you decided to renew your vows so far away from the family. Your father and I are very disappointed, and so are your sisters. Montreal, what a strange destination. I would not be surprised if this was another one of your wife's ideas. I met Luciana in town yesterday. She has 5 children, 3 boys and 2 girls, and is pregnant with her 6th. Juan has just bought them that nice house on the corner of Prado and Ramos. Imagine if you had married her like you were supposed to. You would have your own family by now. Yesterday I also drove by your home to get the mail. As I was leaving, I met a man who is looking for you. I think he is one of your colleagues from work, but I'm not sure. I told him you were in Montreal and would be back next week. When do you come back exactly? I hope you can be there for your uncle's birthday party on Friday. I'll make your favorite cake. Your mother. Okay. Terminkalender. 5. Januar X, 7. Januar SW, 16. Januar Meeting with John, 20. Januar SW, Fragezeichen, Regional Meeting, Haircut, Bank Appointment, Februar. Ah, hier. Februar 13, Montreal Arrival, Clarington Hotel, Wedding Anniversary, don't forget vows. 16. Februar, Attempt number 12, Rose Petals on Bed. Februar 17, Return Trip. Okay, das ist eine Liste von Ausgaben. Hotel, Taxi, Hotel, Restaurant, Tramway, Restaurant, Blumen, Church Donation, Tramway, Room Service, Hotel, Restaurant, Taxi, Harry's Diner, Tramway, Weston's Department Store. Da haben wir eingekauft, das haben wir vorher gesehen. Heute ist wohl der 7. Nee, weiß nicht. Ja, doch, heute könnte der 17.2. sein. Das kommt, glaube ich, hin. Rented Skates. Ja. Da haben wir das Ding. Discover Historic and Game Montreal. Button. Glaub mir das nicht, ne? Puzzle Time. Oh boy. Okay, warte mal kurz. Wir fangen mal an mit dem hier. Das ist die obere rechte Ecke vom Papier. Und das hier ist die obere linke Ecke vom Papier. Ist das hier die untere rechte Ecke? Ist nicht gerade genug eigentlich. Wir haben keine genügend geraden Ecken mehr für so einen Quatsch. Well, well. Schauen wir mal weiter. Nee. Leute. Okay, das ist zumindest, guck mal, da sieht doch gut aus. Ja. Da haben wir doch gerade Stellen. Hier, so nämlich. Das ist doch mal nicht verkehrt. Passt das hier? Dick schon, oder? Mal hier, 8 Träumchen, Leute. Ein Träumchen und ein halbes. Passt das hier? Nee. So rum auch nicht. Hier war das... Nee. Wir können es nur 90 Grad Winkel drehen. Okay. ist.
It's some kind of code. Could I break it?
Oh, Nacolino, alles klar.
I should keep an eye out for those symbols.
Okay, kann ich es irgendwie... Ah, okay, krass. Snoop around to find missing symbols. Kann ich mir jetzt aber nochmal die Sachen anschauen, die ich schon... Clues... Ja, guck mal hier. Da war nämlich... 505. Okay, da ist jetzt nicht dabei. Wir gehen mal die Sachen durch. Ich glaube, das hat auch nichts zu tun, aber 505 auf jeden Fall. Kann ich mir das angucken so? Nee. Kriege ich sie ja nur als... Das ist natürlich doof. Okay, dann schauen wir einfach nochmal so. So, 8 ist W und SOS. O ist 5. Schauen wir mal, ob das hinhaut. Press any key to enter a letter or press to clear letter. Okay. So. Was haben wir gesagt? O ist 5, ne? Das finde ich Hotel Room heißt. Ne. Other Room? Your Room. Ich finde es gut, dass ich das so rauskriegen kann. Go your room. To your room. Ich garantiere dir, 3 ist E. Und das ist Hotel. Das macht ja ein bisschen Spaß so, ne? Wie? I will. I will leave hotel in the... Okay, das ergibt keinen Sinn. Motel? Nee. In the vent next, das muss ein N sein. Leave notes. Sein? Ja. In the rooms next to your room.
Leave notes in the vent next to your room.
Nice. Lucky ist wieder drin.
Clarington Hotel Reception Desk, Beth speaking.
Hey, Beth. It's me.
Hey, so, how did the snooping go? Find anything?
I did. I found a message written in strange symbols. A kind of secret code.
A secret code? Well, spill the beans. What did it say?
I will leave notes in the vent next to your room.
In the vent? Who the hell does that?
I don't know. But whoever the message was intended for went through a lot of trouble to hide it. It was torn in 12 pieces and scattered in 3 different trash cans.
So the cruises are keeping secrets from each other. Do you think one of them's having an affair?
No, I think it's blackmail.
I don't know. It really looks like blackmail.
Blackmail? What makes you say that?
I need to check that vent.
Before we delve into theories, I think I'd better go have a look at the vent that's mentioned in the message.
Yeah, good idea, Bean. I'm about to go on break, so if you need my help again, just ask Andrew to patch you through to the break room.
All right. Enjoy your break.
Oh, I will.
The message said, next to your room. So it has to be a vent in the corridor.
Nun. Ist mir sicher, dass es dieser Raum ist?
I will leave notes in the vent next to your room. But which vent?
Ja, so viele gibt es ja nicht hier offenbar, ne? Tja. Gibt's überhaupt keine Vents? Das ist ja Quatsch. Ah, warte, hier jetzt leuchtet ein. Ja, hier, alles klar.
No messages. Let's try another vent.
So viele haben wir aber nicht. Ah, da ist einer, guck mal.
Can't open these without a screwdriver. I might be able to find a screwdriver in the janitor's closet.
Oh, guck mal, hier haben wir eine kleine Nebenquest offenbar. Okay. Fehlt da was? Okay, ich kann nicht raus, das ist ja interessant. Ah doch, ja. Nee, ich kann nicht raus. Ist ja ein Ding. Ich komme hier nicht raus. Lucky, was ist denn mit dir los? Meine Güte. Dieser Kater schon wieder. Also passt doch.
Highest priority, huh? That means Eugene's probably working in Bernard's office right now.
Eugene, Bernard tells me there's a cold draft coming from his window and is turning his office into a freezer. Fixing this should be the highest priority today. Linda. Okay, fine. Ein Werkzeugkasten.
Shoot, no screwdriver. What's life without a little challenge?
So ein Spiellaune. Ja, denke ich mir auch.
Ah, this must be Eugene with his daughter. He looks like a caring father. Eugene's a pro at fixing the fuse box whenever there's a power outage.
Wartet mal auf mich, wenn ich dann komme, rast er weg. Kleiner Spaßvogel. Okay, was ist das hier? Das bringt mir alles nichts. Wo ist der Schraubendreher?
Eugene must be down in Bernard's office. I should go ask him for a screwdriver.
Hier ist ein bisschen busy work on backtracking hier. das ist Bernard, okay.
It's, Miss Bellevitte, isn't it?
What? Oh, Roy.
Oh, right. You're the one who took last week off, aren't you? You had to, take care of your sister, I think?
Mother. My mother. She's very sick.
No, I hope this doesn't become a recurring thing. I need to know I can count on you.
I understand, sir.
What are you doing here, anyway? Are you on break?
The icon indicates a lie. Lies may get you out of a tough spot, but be careful not to get caught in a lie. I need a screwdriver, das kann man ruhig sagen, meiner Meinung nach.
No. I'm just getting a screwdriver.
A screwdriver? What for?
Loose vent.
Well, that sounds like a job for Eugene, doesn't it?
Yes. You're right.
Then leave the repairs to him.
Okay. I will.
Well, don't you look mischievous?
Jetzt wieder zu mir,
Hey,
war
Bee,
schon lucky.
if you're planning to give Bernard a good scare, sign me up.
No, I'm looking for a screwdriver. For the vent. Linda asked Eugene to fix Bernard's window.
Oh, I see.
Eugene?
What the hell? You'd better go and take a look. I'll stand guard by the elevator, and make some noise if I see Bernard coming.
Okay, thanks. I'll be quick. I have to find a screwdriver, but how often do I get to snoop around Bernard's office like this? Aha! Let's get you to that vent. Opposing something that could help so many people just because it's close to your hotel? This is ridiculous.
Dear Mr. Weston, I would like to thank you again for agreeing to this partnership between the Clarendon Hotel and Weston's department store. Thanks to your generous help, renovations are well underway and the hotel has never looked better. You should come visit soon, durchgestrichen. Okay. On another note, it has come to my attention that you have formed a group of local businessmen to oppose the construction of the new mental hospital. After working so hard to elevate the Clarendon standards, I cannot allow a band of cuckoos to move in my backyard. Should you accept, it will be an honor and a privilege to join your fight. Yours sincerely, Bernhard Diduk. Handwritten by Eugene. Enjoy the cold, you cold-hearted prick. Okay.
So, I take it the open window was not an accident. Can't say I blame you, Eugene. This does not look like a nice brotherly check-in. I had no idea things were this bad between Bernard and Raymond.
Dear brother, I thank you for your invaluable input, but I need to remind you the terms of our agreement. I did my part. I got you out of jail and have ensured that news of your deviant ways would not leak. Now I expect you to keep your side of the bargain, stay out of my way. You are not in charge of the hotel anymore. I have worked relentlessly these past 2 years to return the Clarendon to its former glory. A great challenge considering the poor state you left it in. I'm glad father never got to see how you so shamelessly destroyed his great legacy. Adney in the house, bringing the care back into jump scare. Ah! As for me, I will be dead too before I listen to a single word of advice from you. You ask I lower our prices, but I can tell you I plan on doing just the opposite. My guests will only be the creme de la creme. Your deviant friends can find themselves another place for their sinful debaucheries. Enjoy your retirement. Okay, wussten so schon, dass er ein Arschloch ist. Grüß dich, Gedo, wie geht es dir? Was macht dein Dienstag? Was tut er für dich?
Kinda wish I worked here when Raymond was in charge. Sounds like the hotel was very different back then. Well, just look at these distinguished gentlemen. And a young Bernard.
Februar 1758. Bums geschafft, weil ich immer am Arbeiten bin, aber extrem im besten Sinne herausfordernde Sache auf dem Tisch. Na gut. Mr. Leduc, my employer has made the following request. To avoid unwanted attention, his identity should remain secret to both guests and staff. The temperature in room 602 should be kept at exactly 22 Celsius. His dogs should be fed the very best roast beef. His room should be cleaned every day at 11:30 a.m. on the dot. Eggs should be banned from his room service order. No one should disturb him between the hours of 4 and 5 p.m. More requests shall follow once my employer takes possession of his room. Thank you. Das war gerade mal vor einer Woche. 602. Aha, aha. Ist das ein Vampir? Gut, ich denke mal eigentlich genug gesehen hier, ne?
Surely your break is over by now.
No, it's not.
I came by here not too long ago, and Andrew was already covering for you.
That's because I was in the ladies' room.
That's no excuse to...
It's my time of the month. You're married, aren't you? So you know how it is. I have to go more often, and sometimes I stain the furniture, and don't get me started on all the...
That's enough details. Miss Belivet, what were you doing in my office?
Dann bleiben wir bei der Wahrheit, glaube ich. I was looking for a screwdriver. Was will er machen? Uns feuern?
I was looking for a screwdriver to fix the loose vent I told you about.
Didn't I tell you to leave it to Eugene?
Yes, you did.
Then what are you doing here? Are you suffering from short-term memory loss, or are you just so dense that you didn't understand me the first time?
Well, it's just that...
It's my fault. The client kept complaining, and I couldn't get a hold of Eugene, so I asked her to fix the vent.
Well, that wasn't your decision to make, was it? And we call them guests, Miss Lambert, guests.
Yeah, well, there are so many rules here, I lose track.
Come with me.
Sorry. Time to see what secrets that vent is holding.
Alright, here we go.
Open the vent. Oh, I guess I'm free to disturb room 508 now. But that's where Bernard and Linda were. Ew.
Klar, gehen da rein. Ordentlich. Gut, so spannend ist es hier eh nicht, ne? Aber gut, wir haben es getrunken. Laurent Terrier, Imperial Brut. Oh, was war hier? Also, ja, okay. Kleenex, alles klar. Naja. Wendy, do you think I don't see the way you talk to guests, the way you smile at them and call them sweetie while you fill their coffee cups, the way you laugh at their jokes and bat your eyes like a stupid teenage girl? I'm not sure if you're doing it for the tip or to get the Employee of the Month reward, but either way this is unacceptable. And I won't even mention the way you wear a uniform. This is a respected hotel, not a pleasure house. Although I've always had a problem with your behavior, I tolerate it as long as the guests were happy. But now that you're getting engaged, I can no longer remain silent about it. What would Jacques say if he saw you? I'm sure he would be as ashamed as I am. Maybe you've got Bernard fooled like every other man, but if you don't change your behavior, I'll find a way to convince him to fire you. This is your only warning. Linda, durchgestrichen, bitch. Nun. Linda, my wife will be at her parents tonight, so come by my house at 8 p.m. Das haben wir schon gesehen. To all employees. Okay. Ist das ein Taschentuch mit Blut drauf? Lippenstift, okay. Wir können die Tassen natürlich auch ordentlich wegmachen. Nein.
You are going back to my cart.
Das ist ja wie neu hier jetzt, ne? Aha, wieder eine kodierte Nachricht. Okay, das ist ein anderer. Ne, genau, es ist schon. Wir wissen schon, was ist. E. 2 ist A. Das lustige Zeichen ist ein H. Nein. 4 ist ein I. Die Musiknote ist ein L. Strich ist ein M. Backslash ist ein N. Die 5 ist ein O. Das komische P ist in Wirklichkeit ein R. S ist ein Gleichzeichen. T ist so ein Wellending. 6 ist ein U. V ist dieses bizarre Zeichen. Haben wir sowas überhaupt hier? Sieht nicht so aus. 8 ist W. Das Zeichen, das aussieht wie ein W, ist der Buchstabe X, wahrscheinlich eh nicht. Und die 7 ist Y. So. Meet me tonight in my room. Hier ist es ein A. Michael will be sleeping. We need to discuss our plan.
Meet me tonight in my room. Michael will be sleeping. We need to discuss our plan.
Clarington Hotel Reception Desk, Beth
Ist sie schon wieder
speaking.
da?
It's me.
Oh, hello, Bean. Anything new to report?
Did I get you into trouble earlier?
Yeah, but I also wanted to thank you for saving my skin earlier.
Oh, you're welcome.
I hope I didn't get you into too much trouble.
Well, I thought I was in for another one of Bernard's sermons, but it didn't happen.
Oh?
I'm not sure what it was, but he found some piece of paper that completely distracted him. He ended up asking me to type letters for him. As if I was his secretary.
I guess that's better than a sermon, but it still sounds awful.
I do have sore fingers now. So tell me it was worth it. Tell me you found something good in that vent.
I found another secret message. Can you look up a guest? Das finde ich doch irgendwie ein bisschen konstruktiver.
Actually, that's why I'm calling. Would you mind looking up another guest for me?
Ooh, so you've got more names?
Yeah. Someone named Michael?
Let me check the logbook. How did you get that name anyway?
I found another message written in secret code. It says, "Meet me tonight in my room. Michael will be sleeping. We need to discuss our plan."
So another husband, huh?
Maybe.
Well, there's a Michael staying in room 507.
Mrs. Beaumont's room? But she doesn't have a husband. She's here alone with... Oh! Michael must be her son. I got him some extra blankets the other day so he could build a fort.
Could Marcella?
Yes?
No, never mind. So, what's next?
I guess I should go have a look at 507, but it's not on my list. There's a do not disturb sign on the door.
Well, I could call the room to make sure no one's there.
Good idea.
Hang on. You've got the all clear, Bean. Head on over.
Thanks, Beth. I'll call you back. Looks like I'm headed to room 507. Get to the bottom of this and find out what links these rooms together.
The winds in the leaves that day made a sound that sounded like, durchgestrichen. A sound that sounded like, really, Anne? The winds in the leaves that day made the tree whistle a soft melody that came to my ear. I remember every part of this day, for it was the day we met. Jesus, this is bad. I was looking for my cat when I heard the sound of the leaves blowing in the wind, like a melody to my ear, on this summer day where I met you. Oh. This letter has been sent to you and has been around the world 3 times. Okay, ein Kettenbrief. Fein. Das sind Münzen, die lassen wir mal. Oder ist es Schmuck?
Those few coins in my tip jar were getting pretty lonely.
Na gut.
They'll appreciate the company. Aw, that's so sweet. I didn't do much, but I'm glad it meant something to you.
Dear Sophie, thank you so much for taking care of our room every day and bringing us extra sheets. Michael and I wanted to do something before we left. Sincerely. Das ist Französisch, ne? Okay. Ja gut, sie in Kanada.
That look in your eyes. What does it mean? And who's this from?
You don't need to know my name, but you've seen me. I've recognized that look in your eyes when you checked in. You and I don't need to make a fuss out of this. You keep your wits about you and I'll do the same.
Either a guest got a hold of our stationery, or this came from someone on the staff. Mr. Cruz, huh? Numbers, dates, times. What does it all mean?
17.02. ist ja eigentlich heute. 18.24, 7 PM. Ja, ich glaube, das ist...
You almost look like Marcella.
Wer bringt denn Fotos von sich in ein Hotelzimmer?
So you were eager to set up a meeting, but didn't want anyone noticing.
I hope you're well in spite of the circumstances. We've been on the train for 2 days now. It's a long ride, made even longer by the fact that I cannot wait to see you again. We are scheduled to arrive in Montreal on the eve of Valentine's Day. I booked room 509. It's a marital suite. When we arrive, please refrain from talking to me until we can figure out a safe way to see each other. Say hello to Michael for me, M. Mrs. Beaumont, Cleric Note und so weiter. Da läuft ja wohl was.
Oh, Michael. Adults can be so confusing. I promise it's not you.
Dad, I'm sorry, but Mom asked me not to tell you the name of our hotel. She allowed me to talk about our room, though. We have 2 little beds, a radio, and even a television. Mom let me build a fort, and the maid bought us extra blankets. She's really nice. The hotel is nice too, but I miss home. I wish Mom and you could be happy, and I wish everything could go back to the way it was before, but Mom says it's impossible. She says she no longer loves you. Do you think she'll ever stop loving me too, Michael? Kein Kind hat das geschrieben.
Sounds like this is from your school days, but the name of the sender is smudged.
1945. Dear Anne, you were right, I missed the snow already. It's so hot right now in Texas, it's quite a shock after the cool weather of Montreal. Texas? War das nicht die Adresse, an die der andere immer geschrieben hat? My family has never seen snow before and I could not find the words to tell them how beautiful it is. They don't understand what they are missing. I wish I could build my brothers a snowman like the one we built together a few weeks ago. I know it's childish, but I had not that much fun in years. Christmas was exhausting. 9 days of eating, singing, dancing. It's great fun, but I'm glad it's over so I can rest a little. Of course, celebrations will resume for New Year, but it gives me a few days to relax. How are things going with your family? I know you don't get along well, but I hope you are still able to have a good time. I will leave for Montreal on the 8th. I cannot wait to be back. I miss finding black cat hairs all over my clothes. I miss our late night studying sessions at Harry's. I even miss Sister Miller's classes, if you can believe it. I will see you soon. Warm wishes. Ich frage mich, ob das der Kollege ist, der von 47 bis 57 im Mental Hospital war.
Funny how some games really stand the test of time. I used to play this with Mom all the time.
Snakes and ladders.
Funny how some games really stand the test of time. I used to play this with Mom all. So a husband can abuse his wife and just get away with it? And people like Linda still think divorce is wrong? Ugh.
Dear Anne, I have met with Louis and he has asked me to give you the enclosed letter. I think I should reiterate that some of your accusations, such as wife abuse, are not grounds for divorce in Quebec. I understand you are hurt, but I do not think antagonizing your husband is very wise at the moment. Do not forget to be in court at 11 a.m. on the 20th. Be on time. Also a friendly reminder that my fees for January need to be paid before the end of this month. I am happy to help you out, but I cannot work pro bono on this. Sincerely, Howard. Noch eine Bibel, klar. Oh, 2 Schlüssel.
Locked. The key has to be around here somewhere.
Puh. Könnte der Schlüssel sein.
He's all but outright threatening you. Oh, I hope you can stay as far away from him as possible.
I just met with your damn lawyer. You got some balls to accuse me of all that, as if you were so approachable yourself. Do you think I don't know where you spend your nights? But worst of all is that you won't let me see my son. You won't even tell me where he is. If you think you have a chance to get custody, you really don't know me well. I won't let you take Michael away from me. Ich will das gar nicht sauber machen, weil ich soll ja eigentlich gar nicht hier drin sein. Sorry, Leute.
Looks like someone grew tired of looking at your face, Mr. Beaumont. You know the drill, Sophie. Let's sweep and snoop.
Schon also die Visitenkarte, okay. Gut, die waren noch nicht in allen Schubladen, glaube ich. Adam or Eve? Can she resist the ultimate temptation? Bridget Boswell, a confession of a shocking and forbidden love. Should Rose stay in marriage that no longer makes her happy, or seek refuge in the arms of the woman who truly understands her? She has tasted the forbidden fruit years ago, and now she is all she can think of. But what did the family and society as a whole think of her if she turns to a life of sin? Should she be condemned for even entertaining the thought of leaving her husband, or pitied for having to make such a heartbreaking decision? Bridget Boswell is the prolific author behind novels such as And They Were Roommates and The Lonely Girl. Adam or Eve is her seventh novel.
Aha! Keys are Snoop's best friend.
Okay, mit dem Piep. Okay, brauche ich noch ein zweites oder was?
I'll
Okay.
need another key to unlock this. Haven't I seen one just like this somewhere?
Have I? Guck nochmal in die Höhle rein. Ist alles voll da. Könnte denn hier der zweite Schlüssel sein? Oh, ein Ehering. Greater, das war der Hund.
That key looks so familiar. Why do I associate it with room 505?
Ja, why? Warte mal nachschauen gehen. Haben wir hier sowas gesehen? Kann mich auch nicht dran erinnern. And they were roommates. Not one at school suspected what took place once the door was locked. She was alone in a town she barely knew, hundreds of miles away from home. She was desperate for comfort, found it in the arms of the most unexpected person. What first started as a normal friendship between two women soon blossomed into something much more passionate and disturbing. This is a tale of love and desire like you have never read before. Warum hat sie gesagt, sie assoziiert das mit diesem Zimmer? Also jetzt hat das Clueboard mir das nicht gesagt. Just have to look around. Ja, warte, bin ich... Hä? Sekunde. Hier bin ich. Oh, noch was Neues. Michael's withdrawal from school. Dear Mrs. Bursey, we have successfully processed your request to withdraw your son Michael Bursey from his school schedule and system under the agreement that he will continue his education from home. Following this letter, we received the list of books and school materials you need to purchase in order to follow the curriculum from home. A social worker will be in touch to help you understand our milestones so that your son can benefit from our programs from the comfort of his home. Thank you for thinking of your son's education, Director Donald Byron. Wo könnte das sein? Nee, da ist nichts. Oder ich könnte doch nochmal in den 505 und schauen in den Koffer rein. Vielleicht machen wir das nochmal. Darauf kommt es jetzt auch nicht an. Nee. Warum assoziiert sie das mit diesem Raum? Keine Ahnung. Kann ich übrigens mal Sachen abladen hier auf dem Dingswagen? Ich habe das Gefühl, ich trage so viel Zeug in mir rum. Housekeeping.
Does carrying this everywhere really make us better maids? Bernard seems to think so. I'm sure I'll find more laundry to add to the pile.
Okay. Wild.
Linda's been
Say
putting
no
these
to divorce.
everywhere lately. It's weird that Bernard allows it.
Ich Ich mache einfach mal alles sauber. Offensichtlich ist das ja das Ding, was man machen muss hier.
Funny how some games really stand the test of time. I used to play this with Mom all the time.
Okay, so langsam haben wir hier keine Option mehr. Dann gehen wir doch nochmal in den 505er, falls es dann doch dort ist. Wir sind nur Filmrollen. Die Pistole. Aber eigentlich überall. Das ist der Schlüssel für den Koffer. Wir können das Bett mal machen, komm.
One more pillow, then you're good.
Wo ist das Pillow? Da. Fein. Birds of North America. Warum hast du nur Schwert und Krone, kein Schild, Ju? Abteilung Offensive. Ja. Naja, aber ich meine, Angriff ist die beste Verteidigung, ne? So, ein Pastor. Was machen die Leute mit ihren Spiegeln, ey? Schwierige Argumentation der aktuellen geopolitischen Lage. Weiß nicht. Tja. Gehe ich maximal so ein bisschen genervt. Ich google das Problem mal kurz. Das hilft ja nichts. Linke Hand frei für was zu essen, zum Beispiel. Irgendwas stimmt hier nicht. Das sieht nicht schlecht aus. Room 507 sind wir doch. Okay. Also wenn das jetzt stimmt, dann muss ich sagen, ist das schon spieldesignmäßig ein bisschen schwierig. Ja.
Ah, there you are. With
Hätte ich 100 Jahre
Marcella.
brauchen können, ey.
God knows where she is.
Clarington Hotel reception desk, Beth speaking.
Hey, Beth.
Bean, I've been meaning to speak with you.
Oh, about what?
Well, a little birdie told me Mr. Morgan and Mr. Cruz had an argument yesterday evening.
Really? Who's your little birdie?
Jacques. Apparently it got so heated he had to get involved. And listen to this. It sounds like I was on the right track, 'cause he heard a particular word thrown around quite a lot. Wanna guess what it is?
Du hast fair gesagt.
Affair?
Bingo.
Did Jack hear anything else?
From what he told me, it seemed like Mr. Cruz was accusing Mr. Morgan of having an affair with his wife. Wouldn't have expected Mrs. Cruz to fall for a man like Morgan, but I guess the heart wants what the heart wants.
Maybe, but that doesn't explain Mrs. Beaumont's involvement with Mrs. Cruz.
What do you mean?
I found a chest in room 507. I think it can only be opened by turning 2 keys at once. I found one of them in Mrs. Beaumont's things.
Oh, and the other one?
Well, I remembered seeing a similar key in one of Mr. Morgan's stocking pictures, so I went back to check. Mrs. Cruz wears it as a pendant.
The
It
hard
looks
ones, what the hard
identical to
ones.
Mrs. Beaumont's key.
Wait, so Mrs. Beaumont and Mrs. Cruz own identical keys that are both needed to open a mysterious chest? Yeah, there's definitely something going on here.
The answers probably lie in that chest.
Yeah, but the answers probably lie in that chest, and I don't think I'll be able to open it. I've looked around room 509. I would have seen the second key if it was there. Mrs. Cruz must have left with it this morning.
Yeah.
We were so close. I can't believe it all ends here.
Well, hold on. I may have an idea. Get me a candle and some plaster, and maybe I can do something about that pesky chest.
How?
I'll tell you later. Just find me those things and I'll meet you in the basement as soon as I manage to leave my post.
All right. Thank you for not giving up.
Come on, you know I wouldn't let you down.
Plaster and candles. Well, half the hotel's under renovation. I should be able to find plaster somewhere around here. Great! This takes care of half of this little scavenger hunt. As for the candles, doesn't Rebecca keep some in her locker downstairs?
Oh, Bernard, I can't believe Eugene would do something like that. He's worked with us for years. He's always been loyal. Is there anything you might have said or done to anger him?
What do you think? That I deserved it?
No, of course not. All I need to say is that...
I'm good. So you do have a stash of candles. But where is it?
Rebecca, the kitchen is out of power again and I can barely see a thing. Bernard wants us to continue working, but I'm not risking chopping off my fingers for that blowhard. Didn't you start hoarding candles in the last power outage? I remember you saying you never want to be caught in the dark basement again. Where's your stash? It's urgent, please. Rebecca, the VIP guest in room 602 is getting on my nerves. He keeps ordering food that's not on the menu. We don't usually do special orders, but Bernard was adamant that we may take all of its wishes come true. Do I look like a goddamn genie? That's not even the worst of it, though. Every night he barges in the kitchen as if he was at home, asking for meat for his precious little terriers. Who feeds dogs $4 roast beef? I can't even afford $4 roast beef for myself, Bobby. Ja, und wo ist jetzt der Stash?
Maybe Bobby took some candles from Rebecca already.
Schau mal Bobby nach. Okay, das ist Bears Locker Room. Snoop Snoop.
Wait, is this you, Beth? What on earth led to this
Holy
picture
shit.
being taken?
This better not awaken something in me.
Are you looking to buy land? I know you grew up on a farm. Maybe you're looking to get back to nature. Didn't I find one of these in Anne's room too? The White Cat must be a popular spot.
Oh mein Gott, die hat was mit Anne. So, wo ist Bobbys Locker Room jetzt? Ah ne, das ist der Frauen-Locker Room. Es gibt einen für die Männer, ne? Laundry, oder haben die Männer einfach hier draußen? Bobby.
No candles, but this looks like the laundry room.
Kurz Selection Mode.
That must be the location of Rebecca's stash.
Hier war halt mal ein Laundry Room.
Oh, right. My keys are still in the break room.
You did not prevent Wendy from getting fired by Bernard. Wie es machen sollen. Ja. Famous Movie Director in 602. Schlüssel? Den habe ich da irgendwo liegen lassen am Anfang. Das könnte er sein.
Gotta hold on to these tight. Stash uncovered. Reb, you won't mind if I just got a candle. Now, what next?
Red Lipstick, 250, Business Card. Okay, ich verstehe nicht genau, was das sein soll. Achso, die Sachen, die die Leute in ihren Taschen hatten? 216. Für ein Safe vielleicht?
Oh, is this a movie script?
In a northwesterly direction. Change title, not catchy enough. Screened by EL. Needs more murders? Add killer tornado? Why cut the scene inside the nose? Best part of the script. See if James Stewart is available. Nun, das war er dann auch.
There you are.
I'm not sure I understand what the plan is here.
Well, when I was little, we had padlocks on many of the farm's sheds. My dad would always lose the keys, so one day he made a mold of them using wax and plaster. I was thinking of doing the same.
Are you sure it's gonna work?
Absolutely not. But hey, I guess we won't know until we try.
Yeah, you're right.
So let's do this. Okay, to start, we need to pour the wax from the pot. Have you done this before? You're a real pro. Now, time to put the... Let's give it a few seconds, so the mold really takes form. Okay, I think you can remove it. Well, we're almost there. Just pour the cup of plaster into the mold. All right. Now we wait for it to dry.
How long do you think it's gonna take?
I don't know. I guess we'll keep poking it every now and then.
I bet you didn't think you'd be making a plaster key today, huh?
Indeed. But I like it. It's rare that this job allows me to use my creative side.
Your creative side?
Well, granted, this key won't end up in any museum, but I enjoy the occasional artistic endeavor.
Like Taming Alligators? Ah, ich weiß nicht. Dann weiß ich ja, dass wir in ihrem Dings rumgeschnüffelt haben. Das haben wir, glaube ich, nicht. Like drawing?
Like drawing?
Oh, God, no. I once drew a dress that everyone mistook for a birthday hat. I never drew again after that. What about you? Haven't I seen you drawing in that journal of yours?
Yeah, I doodle a little.
Hey, you should show me one day. I'd love to see your art.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, but promise not to laugh.
What? I'd never, ever do that. I know I make fun of pretty much everything, but not people's art. That's their soul. I'm sure it's beautiful.
Thanks.
What do you like to draw anyway?
It's kind of silly, but I've started working on this little comic in which I imagine my life as a celebrity.
A celebrity?
Yeah. I've always found the lives of famous people so fascinating, you know? And I kind of envy them sometimes. All the drama, the excitement.
Yeah, because we're really lacking in drama and excitement today.
Well, today's the exception.
I'm sure there's something else in your life that excites you.
Well, I do like sailing.
Excuse me? You sail? On a boat?
I used to. with my grandpa. But when he died, we had to sell the boat to pay off his debts.
Oh, that's too bad. I would have loved to go with you.
Jo, das finde ich jetzt mal eine ziemlich gute Vorlage. Da flirten wir mal ein bisschen.
Maybe it'd be possible to borrow a boat for a day. I think one of Grandpa's friends still has his.
Really? That would be great. I just love trying new things.
I'll see what I can do.
Hey, look. I think it's dry.
I can't believe it worked. I could not have done this without you.
Yeah, probably not. Well, I should get back upstairs before Bernard notices my absence, if he hasn't already. Let me know how it goes with the key. Oh, and be careful while turning it, okay? You wouldn't want it to break inside the lock.
Yeah, I'll be careful. Thank you for everything.
No problem.
So, keine Spuren. Let's go.
Be careful, Sophie. You don't want this key to break. Unlike my favorite bar, this one was black. Her alliterative name will surely take you back. These two sure love their riddles.
In Atlanta, I noticed yours was pretty worn down, so I decided to buy you a new one. I hope you like it. And since you enjoy them so much, here's a little puzzle to figure out the combination. 2 5-letter words are the key, both related to our history. Unlike my favorite bar, this one was black. Her alliterative name will surely take you back. From the first one, take the first two. From the last one, take the last two. Now, fine. I hope you get better. Try to rest today. I'll bring you hot soup after class. M.
Huh. Marcella invited you to the movies. Let me guess. You said yes.
The Postman Always Rings Twice is playing at Lou's Theatre tonight. It's based on a novel I read a while back. I'm sure you would love it, seeing as I like crime stories and murder so much. Nothing creepy about that. Will you come with me? M. On movie tickets, Lou's Theatre, Montreal, Canada. Dun, 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 dun. Secret language. All I do is look at your lips and imagine kissing you. Ich find's gut, dass ihr versteht. Cool. Can't wait for tonight. 1946. Dear Anne, I have just heard Doris Day on the radio. Doris Day. And it made me think of you. I know how much you love Sentimental Journey. Counting every mile of railroad track that takes me back. Last time I was in Texas, it felt like coming home. Now, strangely, I feel away from home. I wish you were here with me. I always feel at home in your arms. I can hardly believe it has been 5 weeks since we last saw each other. Sometimes I wonder if I might be going crazy. You are always in my head. Everything reminds me of you, not only songs on the radio, but silly things like the flowers in our garden that smell of your shampoo. Or when people say the word darling and I can hear you say it with your lovely French accent. Darling. My family seems to have noticed my odd behavior, but of course I cannot tell them about you, even though I wish I could. I feel like climbing on the roof of the tallest building in Austin and shouting my feelings for you at the top of my lungs. God, I sound like a giddy teenager in love for the very first time. Maybe I am. Sometimes I am scared that all this time with you was nothing but a dream too good to be true. I am afraid that when I return to Montreal, I will realize you never existed, or if you do exist, you don't remember me. I wish I had a picture of the two of us, so I would know for sure it was real. I long for your embrace and the taste of your sweet lips, I love you, M. Also das war 1946, auch wieder bevor der Kollege ins Mental Hospital ist. Dear Anne, I'm sorry it took me so long to answer your last letter. Has it been 6 months already since I left Montreal? As you always say, le temps passe vite. My parents are glad I'm done with my studies. They always thought it was a strange idea for me to go to university. Now they want me to find a husband and have children like any other woman. I think I will. Ah, okay. These past few months I have had a lot of time to reflect on our relationship. You know my feelings for you, and I hope you never forget how much I love you. But we cannot hide our heads in the sand any longer. We were lucky our story lasted as long as it did, and foolish to think it would last forever. Our love is forbidden, and hiding it from my family is proving more and more difficult every day. You will always have a special place in my heart, but I believe it's time for us to go our separate ways. You made me feel like a teenager. You made everything about the present disappear. Now I need to be an adult and think about the future. Sincerely, M. Ist ein Geheimfach oder so? Na gut. Also das ist Doris, das eine. Das ist klar. Unlike my favorite bar, this one was black. ES.
That riddle's a Duffy. Maybe I need a fresh pair of eyes on it.
What do you mean, fresh pair of eyes? Soll ich besser anrufen oder was?
Clarington Hotel reception desk. Beth speaking.
Hey, Beth. Got a minute?
For you, always, Bean.
I opened the chest in room 507.
You did? Damn, I have to admit I didn't really believe in our little plaster key, but way to go.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised as well. It's quite sturdy.
So, spill it. What's in the chest?
What's in the box?
A riddle.
A riddle?
I think it was written by Mrs. Beaumont for Mrs. Cruz. And I think the answer will give me the combination for a case I found in room 509. I could use your help with it, though.
Oh, God, I hate riddles. Well, let's hear it. Which part is causing you trouble?
Unlike my favorite bar.
Unlike my favorite bar, this one was black. Do you know what this could mean?
You said Mrs. Beaumont wrote the riddle, right?
Yeah, but I have no idea what her favorite bar is.
I think I do.
Really? How?
That's a story for another time.
Ah, natürlich.
But if I had to
White Cat,
bet,
ja.
I'd put my money on the White Cat.
The White Cat.
Hier, es gibt eine Black Cat. Wer hat ein Halsband?
I
think I get it.
Well, that wasn't too hard, was it? Is there anything else?
No, that's all. Thank you.
Don't mention it. I'm just glad I could be of some help. Call me after you open that case.
You know I will.
Greta, das war die Katze. Also G-R-I-S wäre dann die Dings. Okay, jetzt holen wir den ganzen Kram zurück. Okay, wir können die Schlüssel nicht mehr rausziehen. Naja, gut.
So, the first word of the riddle refers to a black cat. Is there anything in here related to a cat?
So, nicht richtig? Ist das ein G? Ja, doch. Sekunde mal. Ja, welchen Raum haben wir jetzt die ganze Zeit gewesen? 507, ne? Oder was umgekehrt? Von dem ersten die letzten beiden? Also Ta? Wenn es überhaupt geht. Nee. Greta Doris. Bin ich völlig bescheuert. Wie steht hier nicht? Ah, na gut, dann müssen wir noch zurückgehen. From the first one, take the first two. GR. The last one, take the last two. IS. Ist doch richtig. Das ist komplett richtig, was ich da habe. Dann ruf ich doch mal Beth an. Vielleicht ist irgendwie ein Bug drin oder...
I should wait till I
Okay,
have
aber
more
nicht.
to report before calling Beth.
Das verstehe ich nicht. Greta ist die Katz. Doris. G-R-I-S. Warum ist das falsch? Ich gucke mal nach und wenn nicht, dann gehe ich halt nochmal in Walkthrough. Also da bin ich ja schmerzfrei. G. Ah, das ist ein A. Also, guck mal. Das ist ein R. Ah.
That novelist, Bridget Boswell, is actually you, Marcella?
Dear Marcella, 56, or shall I say Bridget, you know I prefer a good old crime story, but last week I came upon a romance novel with an intriguing title, and they were roommates. I brought it on impulse at a train station and read it from cover to cover during the journey. Can you imagine my surprise when I recognized our story? You may have changed the names and locations, but all of our moments are there. Our endless discussions in the dorm room, our first date at the theater, our trip to Quebec City. You often said writers are thieves, but I never fully understood until now. It has been almost 10 years since I received your last letter. The letter that painted our relationship is nothing more than a summer fling. At first I could not believe you had written those words. Then I waited in vain for your answer, and had to accept your love for me had never been real.
After all this, turns out you're a fan of Bridget? Of Marcella? That's a lot sweeter than I expected.
For many years I was broken-hearted, angry, confused. I questioned the nature of our feelings, of our attraction, and made many wrong decisions. But this book, your book, am I foolish to think it's proof you really loved me? In any case, I hope you are well, and I'm happy to see you accomplished your dream of becoming a writer. Très sincèrement, A.
Oh, Anne. Murder might be a bit much, but you deserve some kind of justice.
Dear Marcella, I didn't expect you to reply to my letter, but I'm happy to see I was wrong. Your words have comforted me in a time of great distress. If only Louis was half the man you say Hector is. He has quite a temper and hits me frequently. I'm willing to put up with it as long as it doesn't hurt Michael, but there are some days when it becomes almost unbearable. The other day I dreamt of our first date. We were watching The Postman Only Rings Twice again, but suddenly we were in the movie. You were Lana Turner and I was John Garfield, and we were both plotting to kill my husband. I hate to admit it, but I almost hope it was premonitory. To answer your question, I do still have our box. My brother is currently in Atlanta for work, and I was thinking of going to see him with Michael next month. If you're able to meet me there, we could open the box together and laugh at the silly things we thought important all those years ago. I hope to hear from you soon. P.S. Do you remember that secret language she invented so Sister Miller couldn't understand the notes she passed during her class? In secret language, I still do.
I do like a happy ending. I just hope that's where your story is headed.
Dear Marcella, thank you for sending me a signed version of your latest novel. I think it's your greatest work yet, but I do have a few comments to help make the next one even better. First, I believe Rose should be more concerned with what she deserves than what her husband deserves. He may not deserve the pain she will cause by leaving him, but they both deserve to be happy, and they won't be as long as they remain together, as long as she doesn't listen to her own needs. Also, I think it would be great if your next novel ended on a more positive note. Imagine if Rose left her husband and rode into the sunset with Eve. Imagine if they went to New York or Los Angeles, someplace where people like us are tolerated. Imagine if they got to have the happy ending. It would be the best story ever. I hope you will consider it. P.S. I know you say invisibility protects us, but don't you just wish to be seen sometimes? Wouldn't you like people to know you are Brigitte Bosworth, to recognize you on the street, to recognize you for your work? Why not publish your next novel under your own name?
Oh, so you came to Montreal under the pretense of celebrating your wedding anniversary. But all along, you meant to reunite with Anne.
I left the house, I left Louis, I couldn't take it anymore, I couldn't lie anymore. How do you do it? How do you manage to live a double life, to hide your work and your novels from your husband? I had so much less to hide, and yet... Michael and I are staying at the Clarendon Hotel until we find a place to stay and the divorce is done. I don't know how long it will take. Could you come and see me in Montreal? I really need you by my side right now. P.S. I wouldn't put it past Louis to scour every hotel guest book in the region looking for me under his surname, so I've registered under the name Beaumont. Das ist jetzt Ihre... Nee. Dear Marcella, although you don't know me, I think I can safely say I'm your biggest fan. Your novels have literally changed my life. After the war, I spent almost 10 years in a psychiatric hospital because of panic attacks. None of the treatments were working and I wasn't getting any better. I became friends with one of the nurses who started lending me books so I could pass the time. I didn't really like the first ones, but then I picked up Brigitte Boswell's first novel, your novel. I had never read such a beautiful love story and almost brought tears to my eyes. I immediately urged the nurse to get me more of your books. Believe it or not, the more I read them, the less panic attacks I had. The doctors thought it was their new medication finally working, but I knew the truth. Your novels gave me the courage to get in contact with Lindsay, a friend from the war. I had always felt for him the same way your characters feel for each other, but I had never dared telling him. Now I have, thanks to you. The thought of seeing him again is what motivated me to get better and leave the hospital. I hope to hear back from him soon. After my discharge, I want to thank you for everything you've done for me. I've described Brigitte was a pseudonym, so tracking you down took longer than I thought. Fortunately, I'm a very patient and resourceful man, and I never give up. Do you think we could meet? I have so much more to tell you, Paul.
I'm glad you were able to open up to Marcella like this. Everyone needs someone to talk to.
Dear Marcella, thank you for answering my letter. I realize now how unsettling it must have been for you. Please forgive me for tricking your editor into giving me your address. I know I shouldn't have done that. I want to thank you as well for your encouraging words concerning Lindsay. I still haven't heard from him and I'm starting to fear I might have the wrong address. I wish I could take a train to Virginia, but that's an option right now as I can barely pay the rent. I guess I'll have to find a job. As a kid I dreamt of being an actor, a Hollywood star. I know it's a foolish dream, but what else can I do? What am I good at? I've tried getting some odd jobs already, but employers turn me down as soon as they learn where I've spent the last 10 years of my life. If it continues like this, I'll probably end up on the street like so many of my army buddies. Why am I even telling you this? After reading your books and getting to know you through them, I tend to forget I'm only stranger to you. I hope you don't mind. You seem to be a good listener and I've been feeling rather lonely ever since I left the hospital. Anyway, please tell me more about your life, and do not hesitate to write long letters. I must have read your previous one 1,000 times already, Paul.
An advance on my salary. So Marcella hired you. But what for?
I just received a letter from Lindsay's mother. She tells me he's dead. Words can't even begin to describe how empty I feel, das wussten wir ja schon. He died 2 years ago before I even sent my first letter. He will never know my feelings for him and I will never know if he could have loved me back. I guess I should have known this would end in pain, just like your novels. I wish I had Lindsay's ability to find beauty everywhere. Even during the war, amidst the death and chaos, he would marvel at the forests of Germany, at the sun, the birds. He loved birds so much, he could identify them just by listening to their song. I have to admit your proposition took me by surprise. I was hesitant to leave home at first. I was afraid to miss Lindsay's answer, but now there's nothing keeping me here. I'm desperate for anything that will help me forget the pain. But I don't have enough money to make it to Texas. Do you think you give me advance on my salary? In spite of everything, I'm really excited to know I finally meet you. Interesting.
So, let me get this straight. Mrs. Beaumont and Mrs. Cruz are some kind of star-crossed lovers?
Seems like it, yeah. But I'm not sure whether they chose to meet here just to reconnect for a few days, or if there's something more to it.
Well, I may be able to help with that.
Really? How?
Oh, some mail arrived earlier for Mrs. Beaumont.
I wonder what's inside.
I wonder what's in it.
We could open it.
I mean, that's kinda illegal.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I think it is.
Well, too late. I've always known I would end up in prison one day.
So?
It's 3 train tickets. And, there's a tourism pamphlet for California.
California?
Well, it makes sense. It's much more progressive there than it is here.
So, Anna and Marcella want to go there to live their love freely.
Anne and Marcella, huh? You 3 are best pals now?
Well, after reading so much of their correspondence, I kind of feel like I know them, you know?
Yeah. But what about Mr. Morgan, though? I mean, Paul. How does he fit into all of this?
Marcella hired him.
I think Marcella hired him. I found some letters Paul wrote to her. He said that her proposition took him by surprise, and that he'd need an advance on his salary.
What did she hire him for? To investigate her own affair?
I'm not sure. I didn't find the letter he was replying to.
And why did he have those pictures of you anyway?
I guess we'll never know for sure, but I don't think it was ever about me.
It's always been about Anne and Marcella.
Exactly.
Well, it feels a tad anticlimactic, but who needs drama, right?
At least it made our day pretty interesting.
It sure did. You know, after today, I think I get why you're so interested in the lives our guests lead. I try to forget they exist as soon as I'm done interacting with them. But once in a while, it's nice to remember that, well, even the most put-together person could be an absolute mess on the other side of the door.
Okay, ich glaube, wir flirten jetzt volle Möhre, weil wir haben eh keine anderen Optionen und ich mag Beth.
What about you? Who is Beth Lambert when no one's looking?
I like to think that with me, what you see is what you get. but maybe an extra Snoopy super sleuth could uncover a few more layers. Maybe ones I didn't even know I had.
Challenge accepted.
Come see me when your shift ends, all right? We could leave together if you want.
Sure. If we're able to. With all that snow, I'm thinking maybe we'll have no choice but to spend the night here.
Ooh, a sleepover. We could set up a pillow fort on the mezzanine.
A pillow fort? We do work in a hotel, you know. There are actual beds here.
I know, but isn't my way so much more fun?
Well, we could take a page out of Michael's book and decorate it, and then spend the night throwing stuff at Bernard whenever he comes through the lobby.
Oh, now you're talking.
I just have to finish my tasks for the day, and then I can leave.
That ringing. Sounds like the elevator doors are jammed.
Das gucken wir uns noch an. Das ist hier wohl zu einfach. Oh, oh, ja. Shit's getting real now.
Mr. Cruz? Mr. Cruz. Oh God. Oh God. What happened? Just stop for a second, Sophie.
Okay,
Is there anything you missed?
wir müssen erstmal das hier machen. Danach kann man abspeichern.
Is this about Paul? Does that mean...
Dear Mr. Cruz, thank you for reporting that guest's unacceptable behavior. We will look into it as soon as possible. However, I regret to inform you that we cannot divulge a guest's personal information regardless of that guest's behavior. As I am sure you will understand, we are very concerned with the guest's privacy and our staff prides itself on its discretion. Please contact us should the guest bother you again. Yours sincerely, Bernhard, Hotel Manager und Arschloch.
Mr. Cruz's life insurance policy. Why did he have this on him?
Oh wow, das ist natürlich für seine Frau, also für Anne, wie sie wirklich heißt, natürlich eine absolut fantastische Steilvorlage, ihn umzubringen. $10.000.
Please let there be someone around who can help.
Gut, das ist doch ein feiner Cliffhanger. Oh, wir können sogar speichern. Zack. 70% war das schon? Ach krass, Story Progress sind bei 71% schon. Ich wusste, dass es ein kurzes Spiel ist und ich wusste, dass wir es, feine, aber gemeine Cliffhanger, ich denke auch. Ich wusste, dass es ein kurzes Spiel ist und ich wusste, dass wir es am Donnerstag schaffen, aber so wie es aussieht, wir es am Donnerstag recht schnell schaffen. Macht aber nichts, weil am Donnerstag danach halt noch irgendwas anderes, ist ja nicht schlimm. Überlegen wir uns noch was. Ich habe jetzt 100 Spiele auf der Festplatte, da geht ja einiges. Cool, hervorragend. Ja, fein, ist doch, ist ganz schön. War bis jetzt nicht super aufregend und spannend, aber das muss ja auch nicht sein. So ein Krimi kann ja auch einfach ein bisschen cozy und gemütlich sein. Fatal Error, eieiei. Und ja, nicht schlecht. Ruckel, ruckel, okay. Dann schaue ich doch mal, ob ich euch noch irgendwo absetzen kann. Wie meinst du, ist der Videospielwert? Das ist eine gute Frage. Wir hatten ein paar Sachen, wo das Spiel mir... Also zum einen hast du natürlich einen Videospielwert, weil du am Anfang entscheidest, ob Beth oder der andere Typ, Andrew oder wie er heißt, dein Acolyte, also dein Helfer quasi sein wird. Das könnte schon einen Unterschied machen für den Lauf der Story. Dann hatten wir noch so ein paar Sachen, wo wir zum Beispiel nicht verhindert haben, dass die eine gefeuert wird und so weiter. Das hätten wir alles machen können. Das heißt, ich denke schon, dass es einen Wiederspielwert gibt. Der ist jetzt nicht gigantisch, aber ist glaube ich, auch nicht schlecht. Also insofern, ja, kann man machen. Wir raiden mal den Lipjot, der ist gerade am Skyrim spielen, da gehen wir mal rein. Lipjot, ist das richtig? Ja. So, dann sage ich vielen lieben Dank, dass ihr heute mit dabei wart. Hat Spaß gemacht. Donnerstag geht es hier schon weiter mit This Bad We Made und dann bringen wir das Ding zu Ende. Und insofern würde ich mich besonders freuen, wenn ihr dabei seid, wenn ihr heute dabei wart. Und ansonsten danke ich danke. Und vielleicht gibt es am Samstag noch einen Extra-Stream. Wenn dann vormittags, wir schauen mal. Werdet ihr sehen, folgt mir auf Discord etc. Und wir gehen jetzt mal rüber zu Lipjot, der spielt Skyrim. Macht's gut, bis dann.
It's absolute